Hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. Gracias. Hello. Hello out there in YouTube land. Hope everybody's having fun. Hello, Scorpion. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. It means a lot. And welcome. We're going to tonight get through the Diddy stuff because I want to catch up. And so, because I know what we've been doing is playing bits and pieces of Perez. And Perez has been keeping us up to date on what's been going on with the Diddy trial, which has been good. So we're going to go back to him. And then we're going to talk about, and then I want to play Megan's podcast. I want to finish the podcast with Tina Knowles. And then I would love to review it as far as like get someone else's point of view on it. And then we go from there. Hello, Lizzie. So sorry about Maggie dumping you again. Dumping me? Explain, Scorpion. Yeah, explain her dumping me. That doesn't sound right. No one dumped me. Hello, Lizzie. Thank you. Scorpion said it was beautiful too. Hello, Susan. Hello, Doodoo Bird. I know. It's Diddy again. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Doodoo Bird. I think I had it like this last night, too. Thank you. Just picked it up. This is like a white spider. All right, let's get to it, okay? Hello, Demon Dictator. How are you? Okay, let's see where we were with the Diddy case. I'm caught up. I'm not. Oh, wait, he's got his hat on. All right, it's right here. She was told about you been to Danny's. She said you're not welcome anymore. No nanny members are allowed. Well, that is true then. If that is true, if there was no Diddy Diddy, if there is no nanny members allowed, you are correct, Scorpion. She has dumped me again because I like Danny and I'm not going to stop hanging out with Danny because she doesn't like her. That is absolutely correct. Hello, Polly. Hello, hello, hello. Kisses to you and Diane. How are you lovely people doing this time of day? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, night, whatever time it is where you are. Yeah, I understand. And you know what? She has a right to decide on who she wants to be friends with and who she doesn't want to be friends with. And it looks like that's the way it's going to go, Scorpion. Because I am a member of the Avengers. I like the Avengers. And now I was confused about the dumping too, Paulie. What you're drinking your Pinot Rouge? Ooh, yum yum.
At least 2 new witnesses are taking the stand today, including one from a friend of Cassie who promises to give some explosive testimony. Hello, my friend. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything Diddy drama. As you know, the disgraced, disgusting music mogul is facing federal charges of trafficking, racketeering, and we are approaching the halfway mark, with the judge telling the court that he expects this all to be wrapped up by 4th of July, around there. And in a procedural move, first up on the witness stand today was Briana Bongolan, Cassie's friend. But she was not first to testify. Briana invoked her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. Oh boy, buckle up, because they're going to give her immunity.
Bird, you heard who say what? Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Maggie was attacked tonight by a lot of people coming at her with, she's crying. So yes, she was upset at those people, but unless Maggie speaks to you directly, Lady L, they're using Maggie's words for others. I'll take that into consideration, Bolly. You're correct. Bickering, no more drama, says Susan. Yeah, I just, yeah, I think we spoke about this, guys, yesterday. We spoke about where you can go, where you can't go, who you can see and who you can't see. And no one's going to tell, no one should be able to tell anyone where they can go. It's just, as a content creator, we don't own YouTube. I don't own people's channels. And I want you guys to go, and you will go wherever you want to go. Yes. But I understand Maggie's upset right now. And I can't bear all the fighting, says Demon Dictator. Yes, the Avengers were Danny's supporters that were coming into the chat while Maggie is crying and telling her why she's not better. So those mean Avengers. Yes, Maggie is not cool with them. Oh, well, all I can say as a Scorpion and Polly is that I like Danny and I'm going to continue to watch her. I'm going to continue to go on her platform. I'm going to continue to support her. And yeah, I think that says it all. No one should have to quit YouTube. Oh, you're a member as well. I think I'm a member. Thank you, Dictator. Sorry if my internet is doing something funky. Yeah, okay. So I think that cleared everything up, right? I think so. Yeah. I respect Danny. I think she's a great content creator. I think she's awesome. And I just use her content. Hope I don't feel like she'll strike me, but I did ask her to. But I can understand her frustration. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. Oh, Scorpion. You're a member as well. It's everywhere you go anymore. Listen, guys, listen. I know it sounds like, oh boy, Maggie's upset. If you're an Avenger, she's done with you. I get that. But you got to decide what you want to do for yourself and what's best for you and what makes you happy and go where you want to go. That's all I'm saying. And you can support both at the same time. You can. It's possible. But we'll see what happens,
I am so intrigued by everything she's going to say. Briana is the third prosecution witness to be granted immunity. She joins his former assistant, George Kaplan, and former Intercontinental Hotel security guard, Eddie Garcia. Briana Bana is one of dozens of people who have filed a civil lawsuit against the bad boy boss. In her complaint that is making its way through the legal system from November 2024, she accuses him of sexual battery and alleged that Diddy dangled her off a 17-story high balcony and then slammed her onto the furniture on the balcony. This happened, according to her, in September of 2016. So today she will testify to that, as well as things that she may have done that were illegal. But first to testify today was Frank Piazza, a forensic video expert. And that hotel security camera footage of him beating Cassie is a critical piece of evidence in this trial. Piazza says that he doesn't have any knowledge of the case, but did review cell phone video, surveillance footage, and sex videos. But it's the hotel security camera footage that we care about the most, and the prosecution as well. Piazza said there are no anomalies in that video, meaning it was not altered. This expert has testified to the jury that what they have seen, shown to them now multiple times, is real. Understandably, Diddy's team tried desperately to keep that video out of evidence. Thankfully, they failed. Piazza also helped to debunk a theory perpetuated by the defense that the video was altered. Piazza said that he helped correct investigators' copy of the 2016 video that we've seen and the jury has seen, which was recorded on a cell phone of the original security camera footage and had been sped up due to how it was exported. This is common, Piazza testified, and reiterated that there was no tampering with the video. Then he told the jury that he was able to restore the video to its original speed, but was not able to correct distortions and motion blurs. He said, yet again, no one doctored the video. He could not have been any clearer.
Highly sensitive.
Thank God we have that video. Because remember, after Cassie filed her lawsuit, a lot of people thought she was just looking for a payday.
Yes,
many out there didn't believe her until we saw that hotel security camera footage.
Very shocking. I'm not sure why. I never got the reason, but I did hear about it.
Frank Piazza was on the stand. The prosecution showed the hotel security camera footage yet again. This is, I think, the 8th time it's been presented for the jury to rewatch. Smart. And what the jury has watched over and over again is different than what originally aired on television and social media last year. Piazza explained to the jurors how he used different angles from cameras to cut the video into a longer format to see the full event unfold.
I agree, anyway.
The forensic video expert also explained why there were some discrepancies with the timestamps in the hotel security camera footage. Piazza testified that the timestamp can be altered because of the export process. He said that motion activity affects the timestamp. He said if there is no motion, the timestamp will remain where it left off or reflect the motion. He confirmed the timestamp can jump forward. He told the jury that he would not rely on the timestamp for the accurate time of the day, but the video was not altered or tampered with. It was real. Additionally, the expert testified that the cameras at the hotel were not synced, and the hotel's surveillance system was buffering some of the time when the footage was recorded. In that process, sometimes the timestamp is dropped. There were some portions that were motion activated, and that took out the time as well. The prosecution admitted 10 sex videos into evidence under seal, meaning they will just be shown to the jury.
Okay.
Reporters in the courtroom will not be allowed to see the footage.
Wow.
Piazza enhanced the video on most of them and the audio on one of them. And we wrap with the forensic video expert and move on to Briana Bongolan, Cassie's friend, as she did in her civil lawsuit.
So basically, guys, they're not going to show the tapes to us, to the public, to the reporters, to the people in the courtroom. So they won't get to see the F-off tapes. Okay.
Suit against Diddy, she testified that there was an altercation with him in September of 2016. Quote, I was held over a 17-story balcony.
Okay.
She said that Diddy threw her onto the balcony furniture. She said that she sustained injuries from the altercation. I had a bruise on the back of my leg and back and neck pain. And that to this day, that attack affects her. Wow. Quote, I have night terrors and paranoia and scream in my sleep at times. Cassie herself testified to this incident when she took the stand in this trial last month. Bongolan testified that she saw Diddy throw a knife at Cassie during a violent outburst at her apartment. She said it happened in the middle of the night at Cassie's place in Los Angeles. And then Cassie picked up the knife and hurled it back at Diddy.
Ooh.
Thankfully, both of their throws missed. Briana testified that she became friends with Cassie around 2014 when they designed clothes together at an LA streetwear company. Briana testified that she did not call the police after the knife incident because she was scared of Diddy. What a stalker psycho. Briana testified that in April 2016, Diddy knew where she and Cassie had been shopping despite neither of them telling him their whereabouts, Briana testified in court today. Bongolan told jurors that Diddy texted Cassie a list of places the two of them had been that day. And if you think that's wild, Briana's about to testify even crazier stuff. Stay tuned for that. I will share everything from the rest of her time on the witness stand in another video that I will upload shortly. But until then, let's discuss in the comments section everything we've learned here and now thus far. See you there in the comments.
That was Perez Hilton. Let's see where we're at. Now he's attacking her with a knife.
Warning, if there are children around, you should probably lower the volume.
Trigger warning, trigger warning. If there's children, put them to sleep. Hello, red alert. There's going to be some communicating with Perez tonight. So here we go.
Or go watch somewhere else. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything Diddy drama. We are back. It's day 16 of the federal trial against the disgusting, disgraced music mogul, where he is facing charges of trafficking, racketeering, and... In the video that I shared with you earlier today, we began with the testimony from the forensic video expert and then started with Cassie's friend, Briana. So, where she left off. Briana testified that she would regularly see bruises on her friend. Briana testified that she and Cassie used to party together, meaning taking substances. They would smoke the herb, they would take the coca, and they would also snort the K. It definitely created like a habit, Briana told the jury. She also specifically mentioned today that there were a few times that Diddy personally gave her substances and that she has seen him use the 4 to the 2 to the 0, as well as the K and the coca. Briana testified that she and Cassie would try to get sober because, quote, we wanted to do better. The two friends would cook together instead of using substances, but those periods would never last, Bongolan said. Briana recalled, oh my God, that man terrifies me. Briana recalled one interaction in which Diddy told her something along the lines of, I am the devil and I can kill you.
Oh.
She told the court that she was terrified. Briana also said that he had taken the coca at the time of that very disgusting verbal exchange. Briana admitted, this is why she got immunity. Briana told the court that she also would sell drugs to others, but not often. Briana testified that in addition to all those substances mentioned, sometimes they would also use G to the H to the B. It was a whole cornucopia of substances. After lunch, they revisited Briana's testimony of Diddy dangling her over Cassie's balcony at her apartment. Bongolan told her then girlfriend to hide because she did not want her to be exposed to a raging Diddy. She told the jury that she then went to the balcony and tried to act casual. He came up from behind me, he lifted me up and then put me on top of the rail.
Oh.
She said her feet were left on the rail. I was trying not to slip and was pushing back on him, saying that she was scared to fall. For the most part, he was yelling at me, so I was trying to answer him. He kept repeating, you know what the F you did. Bongolan said that Diddy held her over the balcony for over 10 to 15 seconds. Briana said she did not know what Diddy was talking about.
Did you hear that, Trigger? He had her over the balcony like Al Capone or something like that, telling her, you know what you effing did. Like he was finna drop her. Now, what if he had dropped her with his weak tail? Then he would have been like, it was an accident. It was an accident. No, it wasn't no accident, Diddy. You running around putting people over balconies? Wow, he's a monster. He's a little scary. He's like Perez said, he scares me. Why does he have this woman upside down on the balcony?
You know, she didn't know. Briana said that her leg was badly bruised and her neck hurt, so she sought some care from a chiropractor after.
Wow.
The jury was shown photos of the injuries. Briana did not tell the chiropractor how she sustained those injuries, nor did she call the police because she was scared. Briana said that after the balcony incident, Cassie confronted Diddy. Thankfully, like a good friend. Cassie was in her bedroom during all the drama, but came out in disbelief. Briana claimed Cassie said, "Did you just hang her over the balcony?" Diddy and Cassie then spoke about the incident. She claimed Cassie told him that Briana's girlfriend was in the apartment, and Diddy then swiftly left. The prosecutor asked Briana, sitting here today, do you have any idea what he was talking about? She answered, still have no idea. Briana claims that a day or two following this very scary ordeal, Diddy FaceTimed her and said, I don't want any problems from you. Later, Briana testified that on New Year's Eve 2017, she, Cassie, and Diddy were together at the one hotel in Miami and did 8 hours of K, the keta, mean. 8 hours? What's the point of that? Isn't that like, aren't you supposed to have like out of body experience? I mean, I guess it's like, isn't it like a tranquilizer? I don't get, oh God. Briana left Diddy and Cassie saying, I can't do this anymore.
Ooh.
She testified that she has a tattoo of the date, January 7th, 2018, which she said is the day she decided to quit drugs and get sober. Good for you. But before she got sober, Briana testified that she and Cassie would do drugs weekly, and that she would often supply Cassie with substances, including Oxy, the pain medication. Every possible thing these people did. Briana also testified that Diddy would regularly show up at Cassie's apartment, banging on the door, often in the middle of the night and unexpected.
Ooh.
Briana said in court today that Diddy did make an offer to settle her lawsuit against him back in January of 2024, but she rejected the offer and ended up going to court and suing him. He didn't offer enough money. Briana is...
I hope she got what she deserved. Cassie is never there when Diddy abuses her friends. She's not. Good point, anyway.
Seeking $10 million in her lawsuit against Diddy. She said today she filed the lawsuit because I wanted to seek justice for what happened to me. Briana testified upon cross-examination that most of the time she spent with Cassie was the two of them getting high together. Yeah, we had a problem, Bongolan said. Oh, shit. When asked, though, if she could give away $10 million for the balcony incident to have never happened, she unequivocally said yes. She would rather the balcony incident not have happened and had gotten no money, which she still hasn't gotten any money yet. The defense spent a lot of time talking about the substance abuse. Briana shared that a blunt sprinkled with the coca, she called Cocoa Puff, that was Cassie's favorite.
Culpable.
Bongolan gave vague, uncertain answers to many of the defense's specific questions about the incidents she shared with prosecutors. Bongolan has been unable to recall whether her ex-girlfriend was already in the bathroom or if she brought her to the bathroom during the balcony incident. She was unsure how the knife incident began or where the knife came from. Understandable, it was all a very long time ago, and hello, trauma. She and Cassie would do edibles as well. Everything. Nicole Westmoreland did an excellent job with Cross, pointing out a lot of inconsistencies.
Ooh.
Today, you testified you were sleeping and that Combs came over, Westmoreland asked. Yes, she said. Isn't it true that in your first interview, you told the government this was a party, not that you were sleeping? I don't remember, Bongolan told the court. At another point, the defense said, you didn't tell the government Mr. Combs tried to grope you? I don't remember, Bongolan testified. What drugs were you on that night? I don't remember, Bongolan told the court.
Wow.
And then the judge called it a day when the defense said they still had a lot more left with Cassie's friend. We'll get to that tomorrow. But until then, let's discuss all we've learned in the comments section.
Yes, you need it. Yeah. No, I did not mean to pull that up.
Come on, court.
Yes, I'm calling to check on this case.
Warning, if there are children around, you should probably lower the volume or go watch somewhere else. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer.
You heard what he said.
You need to watch this. You need to watch this. Every day is crazier than the last.
Oh, wow.
Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your #1 source for everything Diddy drama.
Diddy
Crazy,
drama.
explosive,
Love
mind-numbing me while covering
numbing.
the trial of the disgraced music mogul where he is facing federal charges of trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution. Multiple witnesses took to the stand today, but before we get to that, he is front and center and a scolding that both Diddy and his lawyer got from the judge. During witness testimony today, instead of looking at the person speaking on the witness stand, Cassie's ex-boyfriend was staring down the jurors in the box.
Wow.
The 12 men and women who will determine his fate. He is facing life behind bars. And not just looking at the jurors during testimony, but nodding his head and staring vigorously, making faces, according to reports from the courtroom.
Wow.
After the jury was dismissed for lunch and they were outside of the courtroom, Judge Subramanian unleashed. It cannot happen again, he told Diddy and his lawyer. This is a big deal because the judge perceives Diddy's behavior as possibly trying to sway the jury. Maybe even intimidate them.
He is trying to.
So the judge threatened.
Or sway the jury. He's in there, according to Perez and his findings, is that Diddy is making faces at the jurors. And isn't that kind of coercing them into liking him or change their mind? Like he's making faces at these people, or they're trying to study and figure out what his fate is. He's making Google-eye faces at them. Like, what the heck? Focus, pay attention, Diddy, because you could be in jail the rest of your life, or they could call a mistrial and have to start this all over again. And then Cassie has to come and testify again, everybody. He's about to throw the case. He got reprimanded by the judge. The judge went off. Oh, hello, Carla. Hello, Judith. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is. Hang in there with me. This is the last video of Diddy. Then we'll move on to Meghan. I got a few things I want to see. I want to watch the boring rest of the Lemonada situation with Tina Knowles. so far we learned with her is that Meghan thinks it's annoying to run out of products. What about her dancing?
And sanctions,
Coochie.
even the possibility of barring him from the courtroom in his own trial.
Ooh.
The judge said that if it happened again, even one more time,
banned him from his own trial. That means he's got to sit in a room and watch it. That he won't be able to sit in there in the courtroom. Banned him from the courtroom. Wow, that's big. This case is so full of drama. Just like you said, YouTube is, so is this case. It's got drama all over it. He's over there Google-eyeing the juror. Making faces at them, staring at them, trying to convince them that he's innocent. I'm innocent. I didn't do all that stuff. And I'm sorry what happened to Cassie. But she was a part of it. She wanted it just like I did. No. Could nobody even think about the stuff that you're thinking about? Oh, freak off. Sitting in the corner with a mask on, watching. Wow, look over there in the corner when you ain't got nothing better to do but to watch. Just, this man is on some other stuff. If I don't think he's getting out, I really don't. Sorry, Diddy. They still got you into July. We still got a whole bunch of testimony going on. But let me tell you something. You messing with the jury is going to get you kicked smooth out of the courtroom. Kapook. If you don't leave them alone, trying to intimidate them. Yes. Like you're a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I didn't do all that stuff to Cassie. I didn't do it. Is it? I heard the tea in yelling at someone. I just didn't know the reason why. Highly sensitive. Were you talking about the judge yelling at Combs and said if he does it one more time, he's going to be kicked out of his own trial? I didn't hear this. This is my first time hearing this. Why did he be sitting in the cell while they do the trial? Yeah. Looking like an idiot. Knowing he needs to be sitting right there listening to his fate. No. Scorpion. He should be in another room because of his victims. Yeah. Like they're right there in his face. They get to see him. Oh. Good point, Scorpion. Star for you. I like to give out stars, guys, to those comments that stand out to me, and I like to read them at the end. So if you get a star, lucky you. Imagine being there with Diddy looking at them. Oh, I can't. Susan, I knew she was trouble, but to throw scissors at her dressmaker, yeah, I didn't hear about that either. Okay. Hello, Payne. Welcome. Let's get back to Diddy getting in trouble by the judge. He's got a slap on the hand. No, shame on you, Diddy. Don't be in there acting a fool. You're going to get kicked out. You're not going to be able to stay. You're going to get in trouble. You're going to have to go back to your cell. And then that's not going to look cool on your record. Get with the program. Sit there like a nice little boy and listen to the judge do his thing.
he would have to speak to the jury about it, and Diddy might not be allowed to be in the courtroom for anything except if he takes the stand himself. And even then, I'm not sure. It's possible the judge could have Diddy testify from another room in the courthouse if he continues to be worried that the eye contact is an issue. The judge says if it happens again,
the eye contact is an issue. He is making googly eyes, faces at the juror. He's trying to sway their judgment against him, that he's a nice, loving guy. He's doing stupid stuff. He can't, get in there and sit down and hush it up, Diddy.
Again, I will hear an application from the government to give a curative instruction to the jury, which you do not want, he said, directed at Diddy's attorney. Subramanian could not have been any more clearer, saying there should be no efforts whatsoever to have interaction with this jury. Then he explicitly asked Mark Agnifilo, the lead defense attorney, will it happen again? Marky Mark said it will not. So, 3 witnesses took the stand today. We have a lot to get to today, starting off with Cassie's friend, Briana Bongolan, who testified yesterday as well. Before Briana took to the witness stand, the prosecutors told the court that Jane, an ex of Diddy and a victim of his, will be testifying today.
Ooh, another victim.
Ooh, what a day. The infamous balcony incident where he dangled Cassie's friend off of the balcony, threatening her life, is brought up again. This took place, according to Briana, at Cassie's apartment, and the defense is grilling Bongolan as to whether or not Cassie herself saw the balcony incident. I don't recall, Briana testified, and she used that line a lot yesterday as well.
Yeah.
The defense attorney, Nicole Westmoreland, reminded Briana that she previously said that Cassie did witness the incident. Y'all, Bongolan and Cassie both did a lot of drugs. If they don't remember something 100% accurately, like little details, that's why. Bongolan acknowledged that she smoked a big one. It was blunt, if you know what I mean, with Diddy not long after the balcony incident, and later went to one of his concerts and one of his private parties. You weren't fearful enough to not go to Mr. Combs's event, were you? Nicole grilled Briana. I always had a feeling inside, but yes, I went, Bongolan said. Yesterday, Briana testified that the balcony incident left her so traumatized that she had nightmares as recently as days ago, and that sometimes she wakes up screaming. The defense is pressing Briana over what she admits was a false claim in her attempts to sue Diddy over the balcony incident. As I mentioned yesterday and previously, last year, Briana filed a civil suit against Cassie's ex-boyfriend. Her first attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, filed a letter of demand that Diddy grabbed her breast so hard during the attack that it left bruising. Bongolan has said this detail was false, and she later fired Blackburn. A reminder, she is seeking $10 million from the bad boy boss in her civil lawsuit.
$10 million.
And even though Briana said that she later fired this attorney, Diddy's defense lawyer asked why Tyrone Blackburn continued to represent her in at least one meeting with the government. Your attorney, Tyrone, started the sexual story, but you kept that even though you knew it was a lie, Nicole Westmoreland said. Bongolan replied, it's hard to make the whole sentence because there are parts that are true. I think this friend, Cassie, is so far the weakest prosecution witness.
Yeah, we
can say
that.
Westmoreland showed the jury a text message from after.
Say that she's a weak link, yes. Because she just might be adding on ad-lib to her story.
The alleged assault, where she was a victim of his, she claims. In this text message, Briana asked Cassie if Diddy would like a sweatshirt. Briana worked in fashion at the time. His defense lawyer said, Mr. Combs, 2 weeks prior to this, hung you over a balcony, threw you into some furniture, and now you're asking if he'd like a shirt? We were trying to be cool. We had the FaceTime call after the incident, and I stated I don't want any problems. I was trying to be cool, Bongolan replied. Westmoreland then said, isn't it true that you continue to hang out with Mr. Combs and continue to spend the night at Ms. Ventura's house because it did not cause you the injuries? Part of the statement is correct, and part I can't agree with, replied Briana. And we're almost done with Briana's testimony, but not before a bombshell and explosive ending. I will share that with you, plus more from the other witnesses who took the stand today in the next video that I post after this. Whew, it's a lot to get to. So that's coming shortly. Stay tuned for that. Until then, let's discuss everything we've learned in this video in the comments section.
All right, let me put a like by it. Okay, are we done with Diddy tonight? Let me go back. Okay, we can be done. I think, yeah, let's move on. I want to go into watching the Lemonada situation. Is that okay, guys? Or do you want to watch another one of Diddy's? Diddy or Meghan? Meghan is what it is. Put a 1 in the chat for Diddy and a 2 in the chat for Meghan. I would like to finish Diddy. Okay. Okay. All right, let's move on. We're going to Lemonada, okay? And we're going to pick up where we left off.
Who you are, that part of the process.
Okay. Now, Tina Knowles and Meghan are having a little podcast. Now we are in the middle of it, so I'm not starting it over from the beginning. We're in the middle of it. We're halfway through it. So we're going to finish up and see what stupid a thing that may come out of Meghan's mouth. Hopefully she doesn't say anything else stupid. She's already told us that it's annoying that she ran out of all those products, the jam and the products she had for her as ever launch, because she doesn't know if she wants to do it again because she's bored with it and tired. She's done. It took her a year to do it, and it took all but 15 minutes to end it. So she wants to move on to something else, but she talks down on it. Like, it's annoying that I would have to actually make more jam. Well, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Make more products when you're done selling out of the other ones? Isn't that a good sign that your business is doing great? Or is it too difficult to go in the kitchen and stir up some more jam? Maybe that's it. Because the jam she showed on her Instagram, where they were reproducing like jars of them at a time, maybe that was a fake-a-do. You never know. Yes. Her Neil Sean said William is gratified because this is the visuals he needs to move forward. Behind the scenes, stripping her and HR of everything, stripping her and H of everything. Yeah, they're making a mockery out of their names, out of who they come from. I guess the royals think that they're representing them, so that's how Britney came across. I don't see Meghan and Harry representing the royal family. I see them as outcasts, and they should take the titles because she's using them. Yeah, she was kind of doing that, Susan. Hi, Miranda. But yeah, so let's see how she treats Tina Knowles.
As an entrepreneur is not easy. That numbers game, and you know, all the
it's just a part of business that people don't see.
It's a part, they see all the flashy stuff and they see the product, but that end game, I think you're right. Those behind the scenes moments, how many tears I've shed.
Yes, stayed up all night because we have this edge drop thing. And I feel bad because people are saying, you know, you guys aren't making enough stuff and we're looking for it and we can't find it. So I don't think it's such a good thing all the time to sell out.
Yeah, I think that scarcity mentality at the beginning might be a hook for people, not dissimilar to a sneaker drop. Right.
Yes, exactly.
But when you're talking about products
that you need to be consistent with, are foods that you want to provide to your family.
I don't want you to eat that jam once every 6 months.
Right.
I want that to be on your shelf all the time. You want us to wash our hair with these products all the time. So trying to keep up with that demand, I think, is something that's really helpful for people to have that insight on, no matter who you are, that part of the process as an entrepreneur is not easy, that numbers game. And, you know, I know that in the pages of your new memoir, Matriarch, you delve into so many of these elements, growing a business, but also juggling that with the very personal element of your life as a wife, as a mother.
Let me tell you something. Lily does not want to do that. She will be forced and be put in a position where her mom makes her go into business with her. But to actually agree to go into business with her mom, no, she's going to need Lily to stay afloat because she's drowning. Yep, hopefully, Scorpion. Hello, Miranda. She did. Did you hear what she said? She said you got to make more inventory. She did. She hit her with shade. In other words, you got to get right back in there and make that inventory. Yep. Yep. I thought I heard that. Thanks for catching that, Miranda. Hello, Dictator.
Hey, everybody.
How are
It's
you?
me again. It's good, thanks. It's me again.
We're doing the Confessions of a Female Founder with Tina Knowles.
Oh,
Halfway through it, so I want to
the
see
last one.
how cringy this is.
Gobbledygook, she talks now.
Exactly. So I know yesterday she said something real stupid. She said, I sold out everything and that was annoying because now I got to make more. And, is that what I want to do? Make more and sell out again? And then I'm back where I started from. Yeah, that's what business
Sure. Like, common sense and all that. You're selling a product, you got to keep it going.
Exactly. Oh my God, I thought that was too crazy. Hello, Helen B. Let's get back to it.
Mother. So I'm curious, what is one of the key pages of your new memoir, Matriarch? You delve into so many of these elements, growing a business, but also juggling that with the very personal element of your life as a wife, as a mother. So I'm curious, what is one of the key takeaways you want people to have from the stories in there?
It took me till 71 to decide that I am truly enough by myself without a partner. Because, I grew up very Catholic, I stayed in a marriage for 31 years. Then I got married again. And the first part of it was wonderful. And then it wasn't so happy. And the old me before I came to this revelation, because there was no big drastic thing that happened, I would have stayed, but not been totally fulfilled. So I finally know that whether I have a partner or not, I am a pretty
perfect, whole, and complete.
I am whole. And I just hate that I had to be, get to 70 before I realized.
She totally interrupted her. She
I
totally
know.
her sentence. That is so rude.
She can't let him speak at all.
Like, yes, wanting to finish her sentence. You're the best, you're wonderful, you're complete. Quit talking over people. Rudeness. Someone said that in the chat that it was going to happen.
As that. I wish I would have done it way sooner in my life, but I didn't. So,
but 70 years young, I mean, look at you. And I think there's such a wisdom that comes with that kind of life experience.
Yes. Well, I've been through a lot, and I grew up very poor with a lot of challenges, and I went to Catholic school, and I was told that I didn't belong there because I found out later as a teenager that the reason why my father drove the nuns and my brothers cleaned the schoolyard and my mom did all the altar clothes and she was a seamstress. And I was like, why are we indentured servants? And what I found out later is that my mom was actually bartering services to send us to a Catholic school, which was a really good school in terms of academics. But not all of the nuns, but a few of them felt like we didn't belong there. And they kept saying, well, you don't belong here and you should be so grateful. And I didn't understand why. Now, as an adult, I look back on that and I used to say, why didn't my parents tell us that so that we could have been prepared? But that early message of not belonging stayed with me somewhat. I felt like I always had to fight. I had to have my dukes up all the time and prove to people that I deserved to be anywhere
a
I
seat at the
wanted to be.
table.
Exactly.
Well, and that will carry through for your whole life if that's from the very beginning.
It has carried through. And for my girls, that's why I fight so hard. Now, I tell them every day, you belong anywhere. I mean, since they were little girls, you belong anywhere you choose to be. And you have to fight to get a seat at the table. And so it's been very interesting. And I think that my fight in me to stand up to the nuns, because I was only like 5 years old, I became this warrior because my mother was very, very into the church and kind of brainwashed, and she just didn't protect me in that way.
Oh, goodness.
When I say that, I want you to understand that my mother was a great mom, but she respected so much the Catholic Church, and she was very, very involved in it. She went to Mass 7 days a week. And to her, being a good Christian person was being humble and not
questioning.
And
she interrupts her this whole time.
I think that was the first time I've actually heard, like, one of her guests actually be able to say something for a couple of minutes before she interrupted.
Before she interrupts and starts talking for them. And it's weird.
But the problem is, it's still just back for her.
Yeah.
All these hours for her to get her point across and for her to say her piece. Then she's not actually interviewing anybody.
No. She's talking about her.
When I say that she didn't protect me, that's what I mean by that.
Well, and that was her way of protecting
you.
It
was.
From what she knew, that would be the best way to protect you. And I think that's generationally really different.
Yes.
You're in deference to things that you look up to, and that's what you stick all of your faith in. Without questioning, are you losing any of yourself in that?
Exactly. My allergies are.
Oh, no. Do you eat local honey? That can help.
You know, I used to, and it really does work. I have to get back to that. That's
you have to get back on that, because the other day, one of Archie's little friends at school, this little girl has such bad allergies. And I said, hold on a minute. We have bees.
She didn't took over the conversation.
Oh, did you know that I also make honey? Funnily enough.
Yeah, I have a whole honey bee.
Let me give you some honey. $16, please. $16, please.
Yeah. You got to get back on that. I bet she was like, oh, Confessions of a Yacht Girl. Yeah, just interrupting her. How rude and disrespectful. But yeah, no, she's got the honeybee maker right outside her door, 24 hours a day. The honeybee maker.
The hive, the beehive. It's right outside my door. Let's go and scrape some off.
Yeah, she asked us, do we have a local beekeeper?
Not in North London, we don't.
Yeah, in her show, in her as ever show, cooking show, she said, just go to your local beekeeper and get you some honey. I looked it up to see if I could get honey from a local bee
keeper in Texas.
Yes. And nothing came up. Like the honey at the store started coming up and stuff like that. But wasn't no beekeeper around here.
Yeah. There's definitely none in North London, I can tell you that.
Oh, shoot.
Let me give you a jar of our honey.
Oh, you guys have bees too?
We sure do.
You know, Beyonce has bees too.
She does?
Yeah, she has a beehive.
Oh my gosh. I know she has bee friends at school. This little girl has such bad allergies. And I said, hold on a minute. We have bees. Let me give you a jar of our honey.
Oh, you guys have bees too?
We sure do.
You know, Beyonce has bees too. She
does?
Yeah, she has a beehive.
Oh my gosh. I know she has a beehive. I didn't know she had bees.
No, real bees.
The real ones. Yeah. I mean, we have three, like a little apiary down there, and three of
took over the conversation again.
Yeah.
That was
back to me again.
Yeah, we have da 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 da. She was telling us about Beyonce's bees. I kind of want to know what's going on with Beyonce's bees.
Yeah.
Seeing that she has bees. What does Beyonce do with her beehive? Her real beehive. She has a real beehive. She talked over her whole interview. She's doing it. She's being very rude.
She is.
I'm
Dr. Sassy.
live tomorrow with Victoria. We're supposed to.
Are you going to do one?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got so much to talk about now.
I need to create the thumbnail and stuff and send it out. Send the link out. I'll do it tonight.
Are you doing it on your show this week?
Yes, I'm supposed to.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, we're gonna do it on my show. But I'll create it, and if it's just me and Victoria, it's just me and Victoria. But it's 8:00 Mountain Time. I gotta figure out. I can look on my phone and figure out the time differentiate.
Yeah, because she's in the UK like me.
Yeah.
Them, and Archie has his little beekeeper suit.
Oh, that is
the whole
so
hat
cool.
on and the gloves.
Boy.
It's great. But I will say for allergies, helpful because the local, if it's local honey,
Yes.
get all the pollen, all the same things in your system, and then it desensitizes allergies. But I'm sorry.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's no fun. Of course.
Sorry.
No, don't be silly. What fascinates me too about Sacred is that you're working directly with your daughter. You're working directly with Beyonce on this, and you've worked with the girls for years, but this is a different type of endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
Just curious. I mean, I wonder if one day I'll be in business with Lily and we'll be building something.
Yeah, that's the best.
Boy.
What do you have? What advice do you have for people really digging into business together in that way, especially as mother and daughter?
There are difficulties sometimes because when you're dealing with your child or they're dealing with their mother, you have disagreements, and you have to. I'm the one to always cave. Like, I've been like that since I was young. If my kids are mad at me, I can't take it. So I will cave. I'll apologize. Not that they ran over me because they were really good kids, but like, even as adults, if we have a disagreement or whatever, I'm the one to call because I don't want to waste that time. And I don't ever want to not be close to my kids.
Yes.
It's just my priority.
And it would be wasted time. It would be
wasted time. And yes. So we have like disagreements about things, but it's her business. I'm helping with the business because I just want to leave this earth knowing that, that she is, other than entertainment, is going to be okay. That's a big part of it for me. But overall, we get along really, really well.
Yes.
We get along really well. And so if we have a disagreement, it's her business. So she gets to win because it's her business.
And also, I think it's just part of the evolution in any partnership with business,
Yes.
right? Of course, it's more layered if you're in business with family.
Right.
But ultimately, any business, you're going to have to make strategic decisions, and you're going to have to, at a certain point, come to agreement.
And trust.
And communication.
Yeah, because I trust her. She's just such a savvy business person.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows so much about hair.
Did you see how she was going to keep going?
Yeah.
And
they just
communication.
Yeah, they're not really saying much. They
never do. That's why this is a flop-a-do.
Blabbering on a bit. She got these great guests coming on, and the interviews fall so flat that they just end up just sort of blabbering along.
Yeah. It's like you said, just blabbering along about nothing. Yep, that's why it's not doing good.
They just sort of repeat themselves in the end.
Right, exactly. Well, see, you still have black and white pics where MM holding newborns. She's holding a newborn doll. Look closely. Doll hand and arm. Wow. We'll take a look after this. Don't let me forget, Lizzie. Here, I'll put a star by it. Okay. Maybe she'll say something.
And so we trust each other. And sometimes I'll say, I want to open this office. I want to build this office, but I want to have a test salon in the back, and I want to have a laboratory in there. And everybody else was like, you can't do that in that amount of space. And I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out. And she said, I know you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
In a room full of people that were advisors, they were like, I don't think that's a good idea. And she was like, my mom knows what she's doing. So she trusts me on things and I trust her. That's really important.
That's a key facet, I think, for whether you're in business with a partner or someone that you know and love, or just in business in general. If there is no trust there, I think the entire foundation is fractured.
Exactly. Whenever you're doing something for somebody else, it might seem.
Look who's talking. Bully boss.
Exactly. How many staff have you gone through, Megan?
18. Bully boss Megan. She's got 10 new suckers that's gonna be Markle. They're gonna turn out as suckers. They are.
They've probably run by now. After that dancing video, they've probably gone.
See?
Nothing we can do here. There's nothing we can do here. We're gone.
Going in circles, saying nothing. Yep. Yep. I like Brittany's reaction. I've been liking different people's reaction.
Oh, it's just been on fire. Megyn Kelly was brutal.
Really? Oh, I need to watch her.
Yeah.
We may do her next. Sunflower said something to me today. I'll tell you after this.
Okay.
Seem like you're doing it for them, but you're also doing it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it works both ways.
Yeah, well, and you had also said at the beginning, even your original experience in having the salon, that it did so much for your self-esteem.
Yes.
Those relationships, how we support each other, taps into that as well, where you go, someone believes in me.
Right.
I think as you look towards some of the biggest wins that you've been having, can you think of some of the biggest learns and lessons that you've had along the way that will be helpful for some of these women listening?
What I didn't always do such a great job in is balancing. And, we talked about losing yourself, and I've lost myself several times. And then something will happen to jolt me into reality, and I'll start taking care of myself and putting more energy into myself. But it's just my nature to start sliding back into those old habits. So when I see young women that are trying to balance families and businesses and, education and all of this, I just remind them two things. One is that if you have kids, to please look at your kids as individuals and not as one unit, and to give them the attention and to give them the, just the confidence, and work on that person and spend time with them so that you don't, because it's easier to, when you have more than one kid, to lump them together.
Treat them as a team, a little group.
Exactly. Yeah, especially if you're working.
So for a working mom, how does she do that? How do you carve out time for each of them individually?
They have different needs, because when my kids were little, they're 5 years apart. Solange needed her own day. So we called it Solange's day. And on Wednesdays, that was her day. And I just, did something with her by herself because she needed that. Beyonce didn't need that. She was like, fine either way, because she was all into her own little world of music and, entertaining and that kind of thing. And so you have to know what your kids' needs are, that identify their needs, and spend that individual time with them. But you also, what I didn't do such a great job of is having time for myself.
Right.
So you get lost because you're working. I worked 5 days a week, and then I had the 2 days off. And one day I said, okay, well, let me spend it with Beyonce and later Kelly. And then the other day was Solange. And then I'm like, what day do I have to go get a facial or a massage? So I just encourage young women to balance that. You need to do that for yourself. You need to have date night with your husband.
Completely.
Yeah, and not always have your kids coming on vacation with you.
Now that
Easier said
spring
than
is
done.
truly in the air, each breezy style at J Puff. The number, here's the thing, pause. Clinical study, automated promo code.
On every
Like you don't get to screw it over.
you
Because
don't get
you can file back
an entrepreneur.com.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say it's easier said than done.
Yes, it is.
Time for yourself. Go and get a massage or a facial, or
No.
don't go on holiday with your kids. That's a lot easier
Exactly.
said than done.
Very much so. Because you might have more than 1, 2, and 3 kids. And who are you going to leave them with? A nanny? No, we don't have. No, we all go together.
And you can't go on vacation without your kids.
Right.
You know.
It's not a vacation. Yeah, Megan does that stuff. She'll go without them all the
She
time.
always does. She's barely there.
Yeah, she's barely there. Then she act like she's so busy. I'm so busy. I was so busy. I had a business meeting the next morning, but I went in there and I hugged little Archie all night, as a gift to him. Just stupid.
How's that going to interfere in your business meeting the next day?
I know.
What's that going to do then? And she goes, I get up and the kids go to different schools, and so it takes me about an hour. And so sometimes I do it myself, and it's like, well, welcome to the real world. Mums do that every day.
Yeah, she just wants us to know that she has a business meeting. That's it.
See, I'm just like you guys. I take the kids to school like once a week, and then the nanny does it the next couple of days.
I'm just like you guys. I can do the twerk. Work it on down and bring it on down to the ground and bring it on back up.
And drop it like it's hot. I can drop it like it's hot too.
Drop it like it's hot. Yeah. We are going to watch that again. Let's just look at it while we're listening to her real quick. This is the idiot we're listening to.
When the song come on, let me see you get
Switch the music off.
Look at her oochie coochie and look at this idiot. Like a robot.
This dance has been seen around the world. It was.
Yeah. Paula says, we watched her earlier, by the way, that Meghan gained 300,000 more followers from this video alone.
Because it's watching a train wreck. They're like, what crazy crap is going to happen next?
Yeah.
We're all like, waiting, what's going to happen next? What's she going to do? How's she going to get herself out of it?
Miranda? Hello, Miranda. Hello? I think you're on mute, honey. Oh, Lizzie B. What about single moms who's working 2 or 3 jobs and have no support system? What do you do then? Babysitters are expensive. I feel like the podcast is tone deaf on real issues. It is, Lizzie.
It is.
Great point. Very great point.
Miranda, try and coming back in and go back out and come in again.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You seem to be good to go with your camera. It's just your yeah.
I think she did break the internet, Judy, but for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, girl. Oh, wow. Yeah, Megan. Now she's finna get down on the ground. She's gonna bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Yeah, there it goes. Yep. Work it, work it, work it. Work it, work it, work it.
I heard, and I don't know if it's true, that Netflix told her to take it down. But I don't know if it's true. She said no.
Okay. Oh, she did?
Yeah, Netflix told her to take it down and she said no. But I don't know if that's true.
Really?
I don't know if it's true.
Wow. Dictator said, Netflix said, take it down. And she said no. Yeah, it's too late now. It's up. And then here comes Harry with his goofy looking self. We're almost
spelled NUTRAFOL.com. Promote.
You don't need to call it a so true.
So you,
As human beings, that I would
kids are like, you don't get to screw it up and say, oh, I want a do-over.
Right. And also in you being able to carve out the time to specifically look at each of their needs as human beings, that I would imagine is part of what allowed you to be such a brand visionary, which you are. I think that without question, everyone.
She probably treating those kids like they adults instead of like little people. I just think that
would say you're able to see the individual talent and skills and opportunities for growth as well. And then the holistic views when you put Destiny's Child together in that way, you're able to see the brand vision as a whole. I'm curious.
Oh my God, see their growth, see their down.
Everyone would say you're able to see the individual talent and skills and opportunities for growth as well. And then the holistic views when you put Destiny's Child.
Be that all the time. Why can't it be just the little kids just growing up and developing?
Being little kids like everybody did.
Kids. And not being yeah, I don't agree. Just adventurous, just being kids. I feel like there's just, what they don't know and what they lack so we can fix it. That's what she sounds like.
Little kids, you know what? They fall over, they cut their knees, they bounce back up again, they go out playing. Just let them be kids.
Let them be kids. That's it right there.
It's all this
together in that way.
Right. It's all about development and they got to reach their targets and all this. Just let them be kids.
Exactly. All this, the target. Yeah. Then we can hit the goal line and get them to where they need to be. Leave them kids alone.
They'll get there. Just let them be kids. Jeez.
Yeah, the podcast did miss the point. She's not, let them be kids. Let them be kids. She missed the mark a long time ago. Her first podcast was better than this, I think.
Oh, well, they were both bad. One was worse than the other, I think.
Right.
Oh, Miranda, try again if you want.
Yeah, here, try again. Let me put the link back in there for you. Try again, honey.
Yeah.
Take it off on mute. Just test your sound, and you might have to look at your sound on your computer and make sure it's up or on.
Yeah. Poor side chat is like, let's hear somebody else.
What they say, let's hear somebody else.
The side chat's like, let somebody else come up. It was always that girl.
Oh, about you? No.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm only joking. I'm just messing.
I think so, Debbie. I think Beyonce's father had,
Yes, it was his band, wasn't it?
I tapped it up. I'm sorry.
Hello, Miranda.
Hi, how are y'all doing today?
Hey, we got you on.
I didn't get the notification. Normally, I jump on your page when I see the notification. I'll come and jump up on your page. But this young lady, every time I bring her on, it just turns me off about her. I'm sorry. I don't like talking negative about people, but it just turns me off about this young lady. And that video you just showed, that is not a pregnant woman. That is one of them strappy things.
That is not, it's not. She's not pregnant, is she?
Right. That's
No.
one of them strap, because you know you can go get them pregnancy tummy strappy things and stuff.
Yeah,
And
the baby
put
bump
on you
strap.
and fake. That what she was doing too much movement to be pregnant.
Yep,
I
she
know she's
was.
young,
To be about
but
to have a baby.
right, and the way she was grabbing it, it didn't look real. And I was like,
Yeah,
anybody is pregnant, they're gonna grab lower. They're gonna grab. Well, y'all have babies, so y'all know you're gonna
yeah,
grab lower. She grabbed like right up underneath. That hurt.
yeah, she did. She went low, like right by her panty line.
But that looked like a fake strappy on tummy. And I don't know what other people may be saying, but
No, some people are saying that it looks fake. It
it does.
looks artificial.
It
It
just
doesn't
looks
look
fake.
real.
And then the way she was moving, didn't you see it moving?
Yeah,
A pregnancy
Oh,
don't move like that, and you gotta move in certain positions. I hope she ain't pulling nothing if it was real.
right. That's what I'm saying. You're right, Miranda, because it's really bringing skepticism around her, right, Dictator?
yeah. Oh, God, yeah. That bump was slipping and sliding everywhere.
Hi,
Hmm.
Dictator. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm fine. Where you from? The UK?
I am London, yeah.
Oh, I hear the accent. But this is crazy. Every time you talk about this young lady, and I try to see, I don't like talking negative about people, not positive.
Right.
I don't like talking negative about people, but I'm trying to see the positivity in this young lady, and
Yeah.
I'm I and I can't get it. I'm not getting it because the interview that you just showed with Tina Knowles,
Yes.
I was like, that's why I asked the question to Dudebird. I was like, who is interviewing? Because this like a conversation. This not no interview. An interviewer asks questions and you answer, then you ask another question, then you answer. Right?
Right. Right.
And it
Exactly.
like she was trying to tell Tina Knowles, which is like around my age,
I know what to do.
what and Tina Knowles, what is wrong with you? You having dementia or
Letting her
Bechdel?
do it.
Right. You letting this young girl tell you what you need to do when all you gotta do is go on your phone or your tablet and Google and say whatever you want and it'll give you
Right.
an answer. I was like, she letting this young girl tell her what to do with
Yeah,
her.
she need to get some lemon, some honey.
Man, and everything is not for everybody.
Right. It's not.
Some people can't do lemon. Some people can't do honey because of the
Right.
sugar. They may be diabetic. Anything.
Yep.
That is one. And then she said, I'm going after Tina more so than Megan on that interview. I only saw the last portion of it because I told you I didn't get the notification and that. So I only
Oh,
saw the last portion of it when I came in and said, hello to you all. But
okay.
Tina, oh my God, girl, stop. I don't want to say nothing. Just stop. Whatever you try to
Yeah,
do,
I know. It is cringy.
and
And
let
she's telling
Megan
her
on
what to
there,
do.
and letting this young lady on there, and the other thing I can't get an understanding of is how in the craziness, if you have a product, you sold out of everything. No. Why are you advertising it? Or just say you're going out of business. Why?
That is so good. Why do you still have it up? Why do you still have it on your Instagram like it's.
Well, you still have your website up there. That does not make sense. That's a mismanagement. Don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Want to be relevant to something, and I think this young girl.
Yeah, you got her down. You didn't figure it out. She mismanaged. How you gonna say this is what she said? She said, I'm annoyed that I gotta make more.
What?
Yes, she did on this podcast.
And
she says it's annoying because you're just gonna sell out again. Like, isn't that the point?
But that's what you want to do. Business. Exactly. What you want to do. If you know you get into a certain degree within your product, it's time to re-up, reorder. Because
exactly, remanufacture.
Just crazy to me. That's
yeah, me too.
And it's showing desperation of money. And very desperate. But
very,
you know
very
what?
Desperate.
With Meghan, I'm not gonna place blame on nobody but Harry. Take your butt home. Go home. Go home.
He needs to go home. What about the kids?
Take them with you. How about that? Leave Meghan over here in the United States and take your butt back home. You made this woman, but let me be quiet. This is why I don't like talking about her, because she pisses me off because she made this man. Well, I'm not gonna say she made him.
Yes, she did.
He allowed himself to give up his royalties.
Yeah, he did.
His family royalties. Ain't that much coochie boochie.
No, ain't that much young girl in the world.
I don't do coochie, but I'm saying ain't that much coochie boochie. If I was a man, ain't that much coochie boochie in the world for me to give up my royalties. Look, I got more over here than you got over there. Bring that over here and we can work together.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is. Made him.
You know what?
His Royal Highness.
But you know what I realized though about this young lady? She didn't want to abide by the rules.
No, she didn't.
And
no, she didn't. No, she didn't. You're right.
She did not want to abide by those rules because their rules is so much different, and especially when you dealing with the king and queen of England and stuff, you have to be a certain way, look a certain way, do certain things. You have to be on top key, how to eat, how to drink, how to sit, how to stand. She didn't want that. She used to, I'm going to stand, sit when I want. I'm going to move how I want. Harry, isn't this what you want? And he like, yeah, baby. And that coochie boochie was good. Let me stop.
It had to be. Paula said it was. I was like, really? It don't look good, but I guess.
Well, I am done. This is crazy.
Miranda, do you know what's crazy? What's even more crazy is they left the royal family a life of such luxury and no financial worries because everything they get is catered for them. Beautiful house, beautiful clothes, her hair and makeup done, everything, a life of no worries, no financial worries, nothing. They gave it all up for this. That's what's crazy.
Lemonada.
Right. They had nannies for the kids.
Yeah.
Y'all can go out to dinner if y'all wanted
to
together. But it was
oh God, we would have been going every night.
What? And I got a nanny, but my children are grown, so my oldest is 42, so I'm not tripping off of that. But it's just the matter that you gave up all of this prestige.
Yeah.
For scribbling and scrabbling.
Scribbling and scrabbling.
Pay paycheck to paycheck. That's what I call it.
Paycheck, scrambling and scrabbling, paycheck to paycheck.
Oh my
If
God.
it's gonna happen.
Let a king. I'll be like, see everybody, see you later, alligator. I'm gonna be sitting right there with my leg crossed.
Yeah.
Will you want me to be? I'm gonna sit right there. Made up.
Exactly.
Right.
I would have followed the rules. What I need to do?
Where you want me to be? What time? Okay.
Okay.
Right. I'm retired. I'll be there. Let me take my nap right.
Yeah. Let me take my nap.
I say people sometimes
wake me up at such a time.
But maybe, and then I thought about this too. Maybe they want. I don't know. I'm trying to get in their mind frame. I'm trying to get in their mind frame. Maybe they just wanted the freedom to be able to move about how they want to in their lives. But look where it's getting them.
I think she wanted to be in Hollywood. I think she
Hollywood, not Hollywood.
Yeah, it's weird. It is Hollywood. Yeah, it ain't. Yeah.
Well, she was so used to being there, but still, Hollywood wasn't nothing compared to what she was going.
I know she was down. She opted down, not up.
I'm like, some people. Okay.
She could have been part of a dynasty.
A legacy. She was part of a whole legacy. And there's kids as well, and just threw it all away.
Yeah. Such a shame. Miranda, are you there? She must have hit mute by mistake. All right, let's see what this.
Be number one is incredible.
It's well deserved.
Well, thank you. But I know that I have, when I get those Instagram comments that people are going to get their breast exams, or they're starting a business, or they're getting the courage to leave a bad marriage or leave a bad job that's not fulfilling them. I tell you, it's more than a brand. It's really helping people. And my biggest prayer is, when I wrote the book, was that it would resonate with people and it would personally help them with some area of their lives.
So if you started the salon to be the antidote for a place that was not nurturing and a space of gossip.
Right.
So you start that all those years back then. You continue with this support of your girls and being a working mom. And now you translate all of that knowledge into sacred and you put it in a book for people to read. But it's the same thing. You're the same person with the same set of values of how you want to show up for people.
Yes. It's true.
And now you're sharing that in a broader way, which I think is just testament to your authenticity.
Well, thank you.
Oh my goodness, of course. Anything else that you think would be helpful for people to know, or for young entrepreneurs as they're on their journey?
Oh God, just that to keep the faith. Yesterday in church, the minister talked about faith is one thing, but along with faith has to be hope.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. So hope is having this hope that, yes, my business is going to work. Yes, my marriage is going to work. It's the hope that makes it personal to you. And so I think what I wanted to convey in the book is that people ask me, well, how did you do this? And how did you do that? And I say, because I always had faith. I've never, ever been in my life somebody who just sits around and just says, oh God, that failed. And I've had failures. But when the failures happen, I just keep it moving. And I look into the next thing that I can do to sort of reinvent my life, because it's sad at that time.
Of course.
And I have hope and I have faith that it's going to happen. And every time it happens, it really happens for me. And I'm not saying it has to be religious faith. That's what it is for me. But you have to have faith in something.
Something greater than yourself, Or faith in yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
I used to have a quote up in my trailer years ago that said, "My faith is greater than my fear."
Yes, absolutely. That's in my book too. I say that. Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't wait to
Yeah,
dig
because
into it.
it's true. You have to, and that doesn't come easy.
Mm-mm.
And the other thing is, I have fought very hard not to be bitter because I don't want to be bitter. I don't want any parts of it. I choose to look at the good things in my life and not harp on the bad ones. And so I've been through a bunch of stuff in my life, really hard stuff. But what I will never be is bitter. I'll let it go.
I mean, that is easier said than done for a
Yeah.
lot of people. But I
Yeah.
think that is what you said earlier. Just, you don't want wasted time.
Mm-mm.
This time is precious. And I imagine, you're saying if last July, having this breast cancer scare and you're healthy and good now.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, what a blessing.
Yes.
Really, it just probably puts into perspective even more so why every day, every minute, all of it
it's
matters.
important. It matters. It's true.
Mm-hmm. So look, so you're busy, you're on the tour. I'm sure I'm going to see you on one of the dates. We've all been trying to rally to figure out which show to come to. My mom just went last week.
She did?
She did. I didn't even know. She was like, "Oh, I just went." She goes, "Ooh, she's so good." I was like, "You went, you didn't tell me."
I wish I would have talked to her. Got to say hi.
I
She
know.
was lovely.
But
yeah.
How's the tour been going? Good.
It's
with
going
everything
good.
else.
I was there. She had one last night, and it's just getting better and better. Because when you go to the first, it's like first couple,
getting your sea legs back.
Yeah, you get your sea legs back because nobody else knows, but we know.
Right.
But
Exactly.
Last night was on fire.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah, y'all got to come.
I know. I can't wait.
Tyler came the very first night. He and Oprah and Gail. And we had so much fun. Yeah.
Oh, I bet. I can't imagine how you can juggle all of it. But my goodness, did your girls adopt your work ethic?
That's a good thing.
There's something to be said for that.
Sometimes they work too much.
But you're also going to instill in them the same thing you're saying right now, which is to take that time for yourself.
To balance, yeah.
Yes, and I think that's going to be one of the hardest lessons. Look, even for me, I hear you saying that, and I'm integrating that, going, yeah, just take a minute to breathe, enjoy it, go have a date night. We have a date night tonight.
That's right. Oh, good.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
Look, I appreciate you. If there's any way I can uplift and continue to support you, tell me. I'm always here.
Thank you so much. You are wonderful. And I enjoyed this so much.
Yes. Well, this should be the fun stuff.
Okay.
Celebrating you.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
That's it. Never again. See, when the mum goes, "Don't be bitter," and Meghan goes, "Oh, it's easier said than done." Meghan is the most bitter person there is.
She is. She is bitter.
7 years and she's still not got over it.
Still whining about it. Still whining about it. Now she's making an ass out of herself. And it's funny. Let's see what Megyn Kelly has to say about it.
Posted a bizarre video on her social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown. It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape I've seen in a long time. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make you watch it. SOT 24.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months, hit the baby mama when I step into the house.
She's
Yeah, I'm pregnant,
supposedly 9 months pregnant in the hospital room, dancing with a big belly. Harry's there too. She's kind of twerking. She's going to twerk. Comes Harry. Spreads her legs. She hikes her dress. She circles her genitals around and around. Okay. This is deeply problematic on a number of levels. Number one, here's the problem. We don't like you, Meghan Markle. We don't like you. And no amount of posting videos that you think are going to humanize you will make us like you. You've already shown us your true colors. We know who.
She's desperate. No one likes her. No one's going. She's already shown us who she is. So unfortunately, it's not something that we're going to change. This video is not making you relate to a certain geographic that you're looking for to say, oh, she's cool. Did you see Meghan dancing while she was pregnant? Wow, she had it going on. That's what she wants. That's what she was looking for.
Yeah.
That's not what she got.
She's universally hated. There's nothing she can do. There's no dancing or there's no jam scams. No one likes her. That's it. If people don't like you, you can't pull it back.
You can't fix it because you've done some really raunchy things like these dances. These dances ain't got nothing on what you have done. And then just keeps walking around like, it's okay. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect.
The hurt and the pain she's caused two families, her own family and the royal family, you can't pull that back. The damage is done.
Exactly. The damage is done. You can't fix it. He's just got through running around talking about his father and how it was his father's fault if anything happens to them.
Yeah.
Just a weirdo.
They more time passes, they both come across as really unstable people, mentally unstable people.
Very much so.
Who you are. You helped kill the queen. You didn't give two shits about calling the royal family racist while Prince Philip was on his deathbed and casting aspersions on him.
Megyn Kelly just calls it like it is. She
does. You killed the queen. You killed the queen.
She just says it. She killed the queen, and she did this, she did that. She called the family racist. Hello, Media Markle. She's done a lot of stuff. Thank you. Hello, Lee Doo. What's up? She had a false field perception on what royalty is. My guess is that she thought it was wearing pretty dresses, traveling, shopping, wearing diamonds and tiaras, and have people do everything for you. That's what I thought.
Well, that thing is, Lizzie B, that is actually the truth. You do get that. That is the life of royalty. And she didn't like it. She walked away from it. You can have all of that, but all you got to do is every now and again turn up at a certain place, wave and smile.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, she did want William.
Yeah,
she was trying to take William away. Do you know why I think this? Well, because what can the royal family do? Take him off. They can't take him off because they'll just prove Meghan and Harry right. The royal family hate us. They're coming after us. By the royal family retaliating against them, it just proves them right. The royal family are playing the long game. They're giving them no ammunition at this point.
Right. They sure are. They're not saying anything.
The royal family are doing everything they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Who have completely under.
Wait, I just have to say this. Did you guys hear about Elon Musk and Donald Trump fighting?
Yeah, they've fallen out. Jeez. Two massive egos in one room. It was never going to last.
mind all the amazing gifts that this family has given you as nothing and suggested that they didn't care, you were suicidal, and they were the ones who drove you there. So she has absolutely no love lost between her and most people who may be somewhat warm towards the royal family, even if we're not big on royalty. She's reportedly bullied virtually everybody who's ever worked for her. She can't keep a staff in London. She can't keep a staff in Montecito. She's a bully. She's obsessed with her own ego, face on television, etc., and playing the victim. So no amount of humanizing videos, even if she managed to find one, are going to work. You know, if you actually are a good person, you don't show up at the Uvalde mass school shooting and put yourself on camera and make it about you. You don't see photo op when you see dead.
How nasty is that? That she went there and her father was just in the hospital for a stroke or something like that. And she went to Uvalde to take pictures.
That was terrible, Uvalde. That was so shameful.
Terrible.
That was shameful.
Shameful. God, Meghan just got on a plane and just flew there immediately to be by their side in Texas. No. Photo ops, just like
exactly what it was.
Fire in LA, in California. Remember the fire she was surrounding?
Yeah. Yes, Susan, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, look how she treats Jessica. Look how she's treating the family. My goodness, she's treating them. No, you can't see the kids at all. It's not, nope. The back of their heads, that's it. That's all you get. That's not a baby in there. It's not. Bye, Diddy Bird.
Bye, Diddy Bird.
Too much damage. This is giving 2005 vibes.
Children, which she did. So spare us the attempt. Okay, it's a waste of everybody's time. But secondly, like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and childbirth. You know, there are some moments that are supposed to be between a husband and a wife only. And the moments before you give birth to your child is one of them.
This is supposed to be between you and Harry, not no one else. She should have never played this video for us. That was mistake number one. This is about you and Harry. You guys watch this when y'all get ready to do so. Don't put this out on social media for us to see, because now I think that there was a surrogate. I really do. My mind is made up on that.
Oh, for sure. You could tell. That's, I think, the one thing that's come out of this is that the whole world agrees that she's not pregnant.
No. Not wobbling around like that and about to give birth.
When you are together in that room and your child is coming, and maybe you do have a fun moment. This is not how I spent my moments before giving birth, but maybe you do have a fun moment, but it's private. It's actually holy. And for her to need to make it into an ego trip, which she's clearly doing. Look at me dancing. I'm still fun and I'm sexy and I have this great marriage. And here's Harry being like a normal guy is disrespectful, I think, to the moment, to the child, and truly to like the sanctity of what goes on for any human.
Is it, dictator? Like, you think that the sanctity of it all, she kind of cheapened the moment? I feel like she did too. I really do. I feel like she cheapened the moment.
So I've never had a baby, so I've never been in that moment, but I would agree with you. It's a special moment for you both.
Well, you're in your mindset is in a totally different world. That's why I'm just wondering why she's dancing like that. Like, I was nervous.
Yeah. I can imagine it. I just think that, like I said, I've never had one, but I know people that have, and you're in so much pain at that moment and discomfort. I don't know why you do it.
Right.
I know they've done a lot of TikTok videos of people dancing and going, see, everybody does it. It's not just her, but I just think it's a little bit attention seeking. I don't know why you would do that.
It is. It's very much attention seeking. Like she didn't get enough attention on the other stuff. So and people have been talking about Diddy, the trial this, the trial that. They even asked the president, what would you do? Would you pardon him? And that's how much attention she hasn't been getting lately.
Yeah. I just find all these TikToks with husband and wives dancing as they're having a baby. It's sure, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I just find it all just a little bit attention seeking, to be honest.
Yeah, and desperate.
Desperate for likes and views.
300, yeah, that signed on to her new account.
Who are actually in that situation. She's drunk on her own ego. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are, what did I just watch? What a bizarre, you've now ruined the entire vibe of the first hour, Meghan. I hope you realize what you've done.
My apologies.
I will never forgive you for such a thing. It's funny because watching it you're right. Like there's maybe a thought that they have a private moment like that. And maybe it's nice between them. And it's a nice memory of a silly moment before she gives birth. What it feels like to me is she's in a PR firm meeting and someone says, we need to humanize you. Go through your phone, find some fun moments of you and Harry and we'll post them and everyone will like you again.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Go through your phone and look for some moments where you and Harry and post them to make you human again. That did not humanize her.
It's not even go through your phone and find bits. They don't have any bits to make her human. So now let's go through TikTok and see what the trend is. Oh, the trend is dancing pregnant women. Right, get that pillow up your dress, dance around, and we'll post that. Try and make you human, and it just backfired.
Yeah, they can't make her human.
No, you can't.
Artificial, robotish, all that kind of stuff, and up in it. She is not going to be able to be anything normal. That is not allegedly. Miranda, yeah, she is at Marcy's, but I was, when Letitia was talking about Trump and Elon, big mess from the start. Yep, like Dictator said, big egos. He said, Donald Trump, you were on the list of Epstein's list. And then Trump said, I'm going to take some of your government money away, grants away that we give you.
Yep, little kiddies. I'm going to take that away from you now. If you say horrible things about me, I'm going to take my football away and you can't play with it anymore.
No more. Oh, Susan said that's not Harry. It looked like him.
I think it is.
He's in debt with the court case and wasted British taxpayers' money for nothing because he knew he was going to lose. That's right, Lizzie B.
He is in debt. I think he's in debt for a lot more than that.
Yeah, I do too. Darcy, she actually was an Instagram traveler and foodie influencer with her brand, The Tig. Yeah, I remember that. And I think it was successful too. Send years off of people, men and women. She's 48, 51 in reality.
Her skin is looking bad now. I could believe that she's a lot older than what she is. Her wrinkles are bad.
Yeah, she's starting to. You think stress is doing that?
She's just lost so much weight so quickly, but she's aging now, bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Miranda. Yeah, Elon helped Donald Trump get elected. That's why I don't understand why they so upset with each other, because he did help him get elected. Harry is currently overweight, according to Susan. This guy is skinny, but this was years ago.
That's what I mean. Harry was thin then. She was bigger then, and he was thinner. I don't believe that was filmed recently, like Paula said. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, I just think it's 4 years ago. I really do, because Meghan looks younger. Yes, Miss Letitia, but not successful enough for her. Remember, she wants to be a billionaire. Yes, she does. Elon wants to be the president. Yes, he does.
Can't manufacture that stuff, right? It feels fake. It feels weird. I don't understand why they would think something like that would work. But these are not people who are just posting on a whim, right? Like, this is an entire industry. As I know you've covered, you've covered this in depth. This is a whole industry. They've got people working on this 24 hours a day to try to make this Meghan Markle thing into a thing. I don't think it's been very successful so far, but I feel like this is just a blatant attempt at it.
It sort of reminds me of when Chrissy Teigen had what we now know was an abortion, which she at the time told us was a miscarriage, and posted photos of her crying, like hysterical, in the hospital room. It was so weird. First of all, who takes pictures of themselves when they're crying and then posts them online, especially after losing a baby? Look, what the F?
Not me.
I don't get it. This is not losing a baby, thank God, but it is just as intimate and none of our effing business.
Just weird.
That's what I mean. It's that attention. It's like I've lost a baby. Have all these pictures of me crying and get all the lighting ready and here's hold a pose. It's just nasty. That's what narcissism is.
Wow.
Every bit is captured and filmed, and it's crazy.
Oh,
and it turned out she had an abortion anyway.
Yeah, I heard that too. Oh, okay. I may have to check it out, Susan. She requires a manager to develop her brand, then jump into instead she be great there. She just needs to find her niche. Yeah, what is her niche? It's not the jam. It's not.
It wouldn't matter if she's not liked. There's nothing she can do now. The whole world hates her. There's nothing she can sell or do that's going to be successful because she's got no market. People don't like her.
That's it. That's it right there. It's over. People don't like her. In Hollywood, you have to be popular and liked and have something to offer for people to look and want to see. This video that she put out, she made a fool out of herself, but she got attention, what she wanted. But now the consequences of putting that video out are reeking everywhere. Like, is that a baby? No, that's not a baby. It's a baby bump. It looks like a pillow inside. It looks like this, looks like that. Just gave us more curiosity around the fact that did she ever give birth?
Exactly.
Yeah, she did. She said it, Lizzie.
She said it wasn't like a viable pregnancy, so she had to have it. There's something wrong with the baby.
Yeah. Okay, Darcy. What niche? She has something but acting. That's true, Miranda. That's all she does is have acting, and she does that every day. She acts on every time she's in a camera. It's like Let's go. Let's act.
Business, but she needs us to love her. So she will do whatever it takes. And she doesn't know how to make us love her.
She needs us to love her, but she doesn't know how to make us love her. She'll never know. That's why them 10 people are going to fail at trying to make her successful, because she's not going to be successful because of what she's done in the past. She has to admit that she's done some things wrong. Well, will she?
No.
Other thing I'm going to say, and I know this is weird, but there's one of those conspiracy theories on the internet that she might not have actually carried her babies, one or both,
Ooh.
that they may have used a surrogate.
Ooh. Dictator.
What?
Yeah, she has mentioned it. Word on the street is she didn't deliver her kids. Megyn Kelly is saying it now. That's big news. At first, it was just the YouTubers. That's it. Now it's Dan Wooden is looking at it. Megyn Kelly is questioning it. That's big to me.
It's coming. It's coming. It was always going to come out, and it's coming out now.
Mm-hmm. Because everybody's curious. And now you're going to have to show proof. Not these little funky pictures you keep showing.
Yes, Lizzie, she said she had a miscarriage at first, and then she admitted it later on that it was terminated.
Oh, wow.
Can't trust anything she
I'm
said either.
all the news around these two. And there are many people who long before today are convinced she used surrogates and that her pregnancies were fake, one or both of them. And this is the only time that I've actually indulged the theory, because if we can show that video again, I don't know, can we show it without playing the weird sound? That belly looks very abnormal. That it looks very strange. If you look up close in the video, and I encourage people, look at this. It looks like there's like a bag or like some sort of something shoved up under a dress. It does not look like a pregnant belly. It looks all bumpy. It's very strange. It looks like what you get if you put like a pillowcase full of like socks or something under your dress. You got to look up close. There's very strange bumps coming off of that pregnant belly. I don't know why, Stu, but for the first time ever, I'm kind of like, is this something we should be indulging? Because it doesn't look normal to me. The belly doesn't look normal. Doesn't look like where a pregnant woman's belly is. And I don't understand what all those bumps on the.
Several people in our chat has said that it looks like that a pillow, or it's moving a funny way. It's doing something. It looks fake, like they're calling it out. And for Kelly to say anything about it, that's pretty something in my book, because it's getting out there more and more and more. And she brought this on herself for opening up. Yep.
Yeah, it's just too many lumps and bumps and pointy bits and yeah, you can't make that look like a pregnant baby. Bellies are hard. You can't move them up and down like that.
No. No, my stomach was huge. No, Lizzie, I didn't see the line on the edge of the belly. Yep, she loves talking about herself.
The belly are. I don't get it.
That's interesting. Yeah, it does look different, I guess. I mean, I suppose it's possible that, I don't know. I wasn't there. But I will say I noticed the same thing you're noticing looking at it. I mean, it's the first thing that I think kind of pops into your mind. It's like, what's going on there?
Why is her stomach so bumpy? Maybe they had stuck some monitors on there, but normally they don't give you like remote monitors on your belly. I've had 3 kids.
Wow.
All the monitors they stick on you are connected to the thing that's right next to your hospital bed. And she wasn't wired up at all. I don't know what's going on under there. This administration is working very hard to try and fix this country. But while they're focused on fixing,
I don't know what's going on.
Very
there.
abnormal. That it looks very strange. If you look up close in the video, and I encourage people, look at this. It looks like there's like a bag or like some sort of something shoved up under a dress. It does not look like a pregnant belly. It looks all bumpy. It's very strange. It looks like what you get if you put like a pillowcase full of like socks or something under your dress. You got to look up close. There's very strange bumps coming off of that pregnant belly. I don't know why, Stu, but for the first time ever, I'm kind of like, is this something we should be indulging? Because it doesn't look normal to me. The belly doesn't look normal, doesn't look like where a pregnant woman's belly is. And I don't understand what all those bumps on the belly are. I don't get it.
That's interesting. Yeah, it does look different, I guess. I mean, I suppose it's possible that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think that was a wonderful live. What do you think, Dictator?
It was. It's very good, as always. Your numbers are going up really big.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
and your reviews as well. Are you going up into the thousands now? Your rewatches.
Really?
Yeah, if you go replays, you're up into the thousands now. You're going up into like P Diners rewatches now.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that is so awesome. Thank you guys.
We're doing good now.
Replay gang. Okay, I got a few comments, not many. Anyway, not fair. We all want to see. This is the Diddy tapes. Scorpion, he should be in another room because of his victims. Diddy got in trouble today. The judge said if he look at the juror one more time the way he been looking at them, he gonna get kicked out the courtroom. Miranda, Tina hit her with shade real quick. Did she? Miranda, right, Judy Bird. She took over her own interview. Yes, she did. Megan, Lizzie, Letitia, you still have black and white pictures where MM holding newborns. She's holding a newborn doll. Look closely. Doll hand and arm. May have to take a look at that before we go. What about single moms who are working 2 or 3 jobs, like Dictator was saying, and have no support system? What do you do then? Babysitters are expensive. I feel like the podcast is tone deaf on real issues. Thought that was really interesting. Duty Bird, Lizzie, this podcast missed the point and it shows. I don't know what podcast we were watching. At 9 months pregnant, it is advised not to dance if you have preeclampsia because it can cause a stroke, high blood pressure, preeclampsia, abortion, eruption, and many other things. Ooh. So I think she lied. She didn't have it for Lily. Maybe she had it for Archie. Harry didn't prepare her very well, did he? Sure he didn't. She turned down so much help because she knew it all from Harry. Harry, this is raunchy and borderline porno. I want to take a look at the baby picture once, where they keep saying it's a doll.
The one where she's got her on her chest, where she got no ears.
Right here. Okay. Does that look like a doll to you?
You got to put it on the screen.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, my cat's meowing.
No, your cat's fine. Oh, wow, it's doing something weird. Wait, let me try one more time and see what's going on with it. If it doesn't work, we're just going to move on. Let's see. There we go. And let's move me and Dictator on the side. There's the baby, guys. Does the baby look like a real baby or not? The fingers are kind of doing something to me. The hand looks weird.
It's the hand that's weird. Meghan's got no ears, and her nose is weird, but the baby's got no. They're saying it's the hands are weird.
The hands are weird.
And the crease in the arm.
Yeah, almost like a toy.
Yeah, and the baby's got no chin.
Wow. That's right. Oh, wow. They broke that down.
Yeah. And her hands are different as well. Meghan Markle's got a very long index finger, and that's the wrong hand.
Oh. Wow. It does look weird.
Yeah. Baby's got no chin.
No, it's like it's like cut off.
Yeah.
Like button, guys. Hit the like button, please. I am glad you guys enjoyed the live. I did too. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, it's good fun.
This was awesome. Good laughs. And how about we get together again tomorrow? Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day, whatever time it is where you're at. I want to thank the side chat, all the mods, and all the members. Kisses. Thank you.